So one of the problems we always seem to have in public safety is that we sit a lot. Probably sit way more than we should, and then we get up, we run, we do all kinds of weird stuff, wearing a duty belt, wearing heavy equipment, whether it's something on our head, something on our shoulders, something on our hips. And so post-workout, one of the most important things you can do is mobility, stretching, get loose and back up, get your body right, get your mind right, and then get back to work. So Ryan's gonna talk a little bit about a couple of the tips that we have and some of the tools that you guys can use at home, whether it's something like this or something similar that you can make out of PVC or a strap. There are a couple different ways to do it.
So the first big thing we'll talk about is just using a band, or what I use at home is just a cable strap. They're a super simple piece of equipment. This will give you a little distraction to your whatever joint you're trying to stretch out. But there's a lot of things that you can do with a band that we'll also post links to in the end of this video, where something like this makes a world of difference for you. The big thing we got to focus on is our hips, because as much as we sit and keep all those muscles bound up in this position, we want to be nice and long and lean. So there'll be a bunch of things that you can do to help open up those hip flexors, get everything nice and moving again. To roll out on a foam roller, this one's a little more aggressive with the knobs on it, but if they come this way or they come smooth as well, smashing those muscles, getting all that lactic acid that's built up over the course of your workouts, getting that stuff worked out of your legs and out of your muscles or your back, wherever the case may be, will make a big difference for you. Just like we said earlier, use this opportunity to try something new, try those things that you don't really normally do, and apply them now, because what else you got to do?
Yeah, and one of the biggest points of your workout is not necessarily the workout in and of itself, it's the recovery process behind the workout. And these two items are a huge integral part of that recovery process. Getting the adhesions worked out, the muscles worked out, getting your body, the blood flow back, starting to feel good about your workout and stretching everything out prior to sitting down for the rest of your day is a huge benefit. It's going to have huge payoffs for you and dividends in the long run.
Absolutely.
So as we talked about, one of the big things you can do to make your workout give you the most benefit and keep you healthy and active for a lot longer in life is taking care of yourself post-workout, and that's part of the recovery process. Not only does that mean getting in some protein right after your workout through a protein shake, as well as some carbohydrates like a good piece of fruit, but also stretching and rolling out right when you're done. Ryan's going to run through some real basic rollouts on the foam roller, and again, it's just a solid core foam roller you can buy at fitness stores. You can even make it out of a piece of PVC, large diameter pipe. It's going to be a little harder, but it will work. We'll roll out the hamstrings, do about 10 to 12 passes across the muscle group. Again, we're just loosening up muscle tissue, getting that stuff open back up, blood flow working through it again. He can roll over on his side and do his IT band, and that's that strip of muscle that runs from the knee all the way into the hip. This is a little bit more painful, so you want to kind of ease the pressure onto that, but it's really important to do. It'll prevent you from having a lot of knee problems. He rolls over further on his stomach, he gets into the front of the thigh and the quad, he goes into the hip flexor, breaks up a lot of that tissue across the top of the leg, which tends to tighten up for us after we're getting done with a lot of workouts. Once he runs through the entire lower body, he can roll into the glutes and the hips, sitting on the side, getting in this figure 4 position. That'll open up the hips really well, get some of those deep tissue muscles way underneath the gluteus maximus. Roll that out. Does both sides of that, and then we can go up the back. Same concept applies. You can work upper shoulders all the way down to the low back, or if you want to focus in an area, you can work specifically top of the shoulder area, lower portion of the back, and that mid back, and that low back area. Again, this is a really good way to get a lot of knots and kinks out before we get back in the control car, put our vests back on, sit back down at our desk, whatever we're doing. And there are a number of ways you can make this harder or easier. Once Ryan's done the foam rolling, he'll grab his band, whether it's a elastic type band like this or a static band like a piece of rope or a yoga band of some sort, and we'll get into some basic stretches. For most people, the biggest issues we'll have as athletes, public safety, it doesn't matter, are going to be our hamstrings and our hip flexors. So what we want to do is we want to get into a good hamstring stretch, bring the leg all the way to end range, keep the pelvis back on the ground as much as possible, and hold that for at least 1 to 2 minutes. Maybe let off about halfway through, bring it back up all the way to end range, get a good pull on there, switch legs, the same thing. The other biggie for us, the other muscle groups are the hip flexors. And those muscles that run from the quads, and they attach the top of the pelvis. They also run through to the lower back. And so by attaching the lower back, when they get tight, they pull our lower back out of position, and that causes a lot of back pain. Same with the hamstrings. So we can work on stretching these two in a lunge stretch, and also in the hamstring stretch. We do a lot of good for alleviating a lot of back pain down the road. All Ryan's doing here is he's getting into a forward lunge stretch, stepping out, driving forward, and turning towards the opposite leg from the one that's stretched out beside him. All this muscle tissue through here is getting opened up, stretched, relaxed, taking the tension off the lower back. Again, 1 to 2 minutes per side is at least the minimum you should be doing. If you can do more, please do. Ryan mentioned it earlier in the day, why you can do micro workouts at your desk or during in between your shift or whatever you may be doing just on your days off. It's also a great idea to do micro stretches between activities you may have at work at home. You've been sitting at your desk for about an hour typing reports or doing something else. Get up, stretch your hamstrings, stretch your quads, stretch your hip flexors for about 2 or 3 minutes, then get back to work. Your body will thank you a ton after the fact. Again, these will help you stay a lot active and a lot fitter, a lot more functional, a lot longer. And trust me, avoiding injury is 99% of the game for us in public safety. We know we have enough injuries to contend with just working day to day. We don't need to add to it by coming in here and not taking care of ourselves when we have the opportunities to. So once again, we want to thank you a ton for taking the time to view these videos. Hopefully they gave you some ideas and at least got you started down the path to staying sane and healthy during this quarantine period. I know it's frustrating for all of us to be doing this and wanting to get back out and be active, but there's a ton we can do to stay active in the interim. And for us in public safety, it's so important to maintain our health, to try to get not only through day-to-day activities, but through 30 plus years maybe of our career.
Yeah, thanks again for your time. And remember, we can do it. It's simple. 20, 30 minutes a day is all it's going to take. And if you got youngins like we do, involve your kids. Get your family involved. There's nothing that we've done here today that your entire family can't do in some way, shape, or form.
Absolutely. At the end of this video, we're going to post some credits. We'll have some links on there that allow you the opportunity to check out other sites that may have some bodyweight workouts, some do-it-yourself information, as well as general information. I'll also post our email address. You guys are more than welcome to shoot us an email if you have questions about fitness or how we can help you, or maybe your agency and thinking about some fitness-related thoughts and processes outside the normal box, especially since that's where we're at right now. We're always here to help, and we hope that we get through this obviously sooner than later. But in the meantime, we hope you guys take as much as possible to heart and get fitter, faster, stronger, healthier, and above all, stay safe, take care of yourselves.
Stay safe, everybody.